So let's talk about soul work and its relation to research. So when I reflect on my time as an undergraduate student, I think about how, I came in and I knew what major I wanted, and then, I failed this business class twice. Yep, not just once. Look at my transcript, same class, failed it twice. So I say, this might not be for me, because I cannot get over this hump. This one class, had a tutor, met with a professor, just couldn't figure out those procurement processes, couldn't do it. So I took a bunch of strengths-based tests and career tests and all these other things to try to find what would be a career that worked for me. Changed my major a bunch of times, and it wasn't the major that I needed to focus on. What I needed to focus on was my purpose. So once I changed that alignment, right, or when I changed my position and I was positioned in alignment with purpose, things became a lot easier, and that was a part of this journey of soul work. All right, so let's start off with what is soul work. Well, first, what is the soul? So the soul is a spiritual, immaterial part of a human being or animal regarded as immortal. Let's all give a thanks to the Oxford Dictionary, because I did not know that definition. I did not make it up. It was copy and paste, everybody. But our soul is our essence, okay? It's not about you as a student. It's not about you as a faculty member. It's not about you as a staff member. It's not about you as an academic. It's about you as a being. So when we talk about soul work, it's the path of understanding the importance of your inner self, okay? It's finding your soul's purpose, not finding a job, but finding you, finding yourself. So for me, my soul work led me to Pan-Africanism. So my journey started in 2013. I was actually a senior in college. I had changed my major 5 times. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just didn't know. So 2013, I'm in class with Dr. Brent Smith, okay? And I don't even remember the title of the class, but I remember the class. That's how you know it's important. So I'm sitting in this class, and he told me, when I told him just how confused I was, he said, you don't need to know the final destination. You just need to not be stagnant. And 9 years later, those words still resonate with me, and I've realized that we don't need to have an end goal. We continue to grow and develop and shift and change ideas and change trajectories. One single goal isn't it. We can continue to make more goals, right? But it's moving forward that we want to do. That's the goal, is to move forward. So, time for a little acronym, all right? We love an acronym. So, let's start with the S. The S is for spark, all right? It is a spark that sets you on the path of self-discovery. A spark that is concerned with you, the being, not you, the performance. Not who you show up as in class to make friends. Not who you show up to your professor's office because you want to present this persona of this very intelligent person, right? You, the person, who you are as a being. So I could, through research, place experiences in a broader context that examined racism, sexism, capitalism, and heteronormativity that for so long left me feeling shame for the body that I occupied. The shame of being Black, the shame of being female, although I don't align with gender binaries or gender roles. Can't do it, not for me. I had to continue to follow that spark, not because I needed answers, but because my soul actually required it. So once you tap into that soul work, you aren't trying to check a box. You aren't trying to meet a demand as far as what someone else tells you to do. You are driven on the inside. And I will tell you one thing that Dr. Idana told me, and I feel like he was reading my mind. I was sitting in his office talking about a book. I think it was 2000 Seasons. And we just had a conversation, and he said, it's okay that you didn't know this before. Wow, I'm not an idiot, right? Thank you. I didn't tell him that I felt defeated, but he's like, no, we all have a moment when we learn. So it's okay. And that really stuck with me also. So here goes the next word of our acronym of soul. So we have spark, Next, we have outreach. Connect with others who want to help you on your journey, to mentor you on your journey. The journey wasn't always pretty. I had to do a few things. Let's go to the next letter, which is you. I had to unbind. We all have to unbind ourselves from the previous versions of us. That's the work. And we have to unpack those feelings, those uncomfortable feelings. We have to sit in it and deal with it right then and there. I had to unlearn. We got all the U's, y'all. All the U's. Unlearn a lot and be honest with myself about these biases that were actually preventing me from moving forward. It's kind of hard to be a Pan-Africanist when you have an issue with certain groups of people, right? So, for so long, I was following this trajectory, right, of what I thought I needed to do. I was doing this master's in higher education, so I thought I needed to do my PhD in higher education, right? Like, that's the way I need to go. And to be honest, I was no longer interested in student affairs because I had made those connections in Ghana. In Ghana, I got to the point where I didn't just read about these things, but I saw it. I saw how connected our cultures were. I saw how easy it was for me to fit in. I moved to a point where I had to become intentional, right? Before I wasn't intentional about the soul work. It was taking place, but after being in Ghana, I was like, nah, I just need to stop being afraid, and I need to go into the direction that my soul is telling me. Don't go into the direction that you think you need to go in, that people tell you to go into, that, you look at people's bios on college campuses and this is what they do, so this is what I should do. Nope. Go into follow your soul. So when it comes to this journey of soul work, we have to unbind, and then we on the last letter, everybody, live. All right? Be open to new experiences, explore, don't hide, be uncomfortable, and grow. Again, the work is ongoing and it stretches us, but for me, I did engage in high impact practices, right? Like studying abroad. That was a pivotal point for me. That was a pivotal moment, studying abroad. I worked with faculty on research as a graduate student, and I also encourage you all, if you're an undergraduate student or have undergraduate students to engage in research, to go ahead and tap in sooner, right? To start that soul work journey sooner. So, what is my why? Why do I do the work that I do? And y'all probably like, what do you even do? Sit up there and talk and make jokes? Correct. And I get paid for it. It's called academia, all right? I'm committed to celebrating African histories, committed to celebrating African cultures and futures. And when I say African, I mean not just the continent, I mean Africa and the diaspora. I'm committed to showing that we have similarities and we have differences, but those differences don't need to tear us apart. So this is my why, and this is why I keep going, right? This why is not why I'm an academic. I mean, I have a shea butter business. I sell shea butter from Ghana, right, to mostly black folks. That's the diaspora, right? That's the Pan-Africanism in business. I don't have to be an academic to do this because it's the soul, right? But I am an academic because this, for me, is the best avenue. The best avenue for sharing research, for conducting research, for engaging in research with students, with colleagues, with neighbors, and connecting others to potentially spark a match in someone else. So that's my why. I want to ask you all to consider what your why is.